This cup helps to keep Nick's legacy.
GSF Week 9 Game of the Week coming at you straight out of DC. And I'm talking about Westmore High School in Daly City. Riordan, Heart Cathedral for the Stanfel Cup coming up next.
GetSportsFocus Game of the Week is brought to you by South Bay Construction, a reputation built on trust. WeightsandBars.com. Build your home gym and shop locally from the Bay Area's best fitness equipment experts. And by Ike's Love and Sandwiches. Championship level sandwiches every single time.
This game was originally scheduled at Kezar, but because of the rain, it got moved to Westmore High. All good, it worked out, and I was able to make it. First quarter action, tip drill, Kendrick Sanders with the pass breakup. And the INT, Sanders, he's a playmaker. And it didn't take long for them to score. Jerry Mixon Jr. got the pitch from his QB, Ray John Spears, and that's a 16-yard TD run to the corner for Mr. Mixon Jr. 7-0 Fightin Irish. Speaking of Mixon, there were some college coaches out there at the game looking for talents. He was one of those guys they were looking at. Nice tackle for no gain. Next play, forced fumble by Kevin Hernandez. Loose ball picked up by Mixon. That's a scoop and score. Heart Cathedral with a 14-0 lead with 5:15 left in the first quarter. Riordan, they kept their heads up and grinded. QB Emilio Cruz trusts his receivers 100%. Zachary Jones with a catch, 22 yards, plus 15 more for the personal foul against the Irish. SH defense responded with this. Derek Reagans III with a sack. Actually, it was a forced fumble that Riordan got back. Fightin Irish, looking good. But this is where things kind of started shifting. Cruz, deep pass to Jones. 43-yard touchdown connection that fired up the Crusaders side, 14-7. And that carried over to the defense. Remember this young man, Kemoeatu Kefu? He came up with a huge third down QB sack that ended the first quarter. Second quarter, Riordan got the ball back and started from their own 30-yard line, and it's never too early to bust out a trick play in the big game like this. Double pass, Cruz to Will Narvez, who got it to Zion Wells for a 70-yard touchdown play. 14-14, we're all tied up in DC. That's Daly City, by the way. Zion, by the way, has got a 4.0 GPA according to his Twitter account. Student athlete. Defense kept the pressure on. Another big play for Kefu and the Crusaders D. Next possession for Riordan. Watch this sick grab by Wells. That's just natural, people. First down, and they moved the chains 28 yards on that play. By this time, Cruz was feeling it. Another bomb to Jones. This was a 42-yard hookup, 21-14 Crusaders at the half. Third quarter. This was Riordan's second offensive play. Cruz to Christopher Murray. 72-yard touchdown. And that extended the Crusaders' lead 28-14. These guys are like playing 7-on-7 or something. Defense continued to dominate for Riordan. By this time, I lost count as far as how many tackles Kefu had, but he was basically in almost all the inside runs. Heart tried to go deep, forced to pass deep, and got picked off. Javius Redding with the INT. Huge momentum-stopping defensive play for the Crusaders. And speaking of Redding, I did say after they played Sarah that we're going to be keeping an eye on them. Watch this play. This kid is quick, fast. 3 plays later, Cruz floats it to his playmaker, Z-Dub. Touchdown. 35-14, Riordan, end of third. Fourth quarter. Here's an ISO on Kefu from his defensive position. Murray almost got the pick six. It will go down on the stat sheet as a pass breakup. That forced Sacred Heart to punt, and Riordan added one more score. They gave it to the big man, Kefu, from midfield. Touchdown, Crusaders, 42-14. Definitely did not expect this kind of a game between these two. Sacred Heart with some major work to do. They moved the ball finally. QB Riordan Spears to Bruce Uparisa for a big gain. Two plays later, Spears with the keeper to the opposite side. The official spotted the ball at the 1, and they did score after that run by Spears, 42-21. SH down by 3 scores with 8:51 left in the game. Riordan put it away for good. Kefu with a 64-yard touchdown run, his second of the game. He also had one that got called back in the third, but he ran for well over 100 yards, mostly in the second half. He got the GSF Game of the Week MVP shirt. Playmaker was tough, but I gave it to junior wide receiver Zion Wells, who caught all the balls that was thrown to him. 48-21 is your final score. Riordan got the Stanfel Cup to take home, and the big momentum heading into next week's Saturday game against St. Ignatius.
All right, QB. Hey, you guys were down by 2 touchdowns, and then what happened there?
Hey, we were just locked in the whole time. I trusted my teammates. They trusted me. We made big plays, and look at the outcome.
Talk about how you settled down, and I mean, you started connecting with all your receivers.
I had faith in my teammates. I knew they had my back, so I had to deliver. So every single time they blocked for me, I delivered. Hey, look at the scoreboard. We won. We came out with
You gotta mention your line though. What your line?
Hey, my line. Hey, I love my big boys. They block nonstop. I love them. They fight. I love it.
Moving on, we gotta go playmaker. Hey man, talk about your catches, man. You made some good ones.
I was just trying to do anything to help the team.
And your QB, talk about him and the way he got you guys the ball.
It was just a relationship of trust and working together.
Yeah. Here. I mean, he trucks him. Dudes.
He's a beast.
Talk about this game and how big this victory is for you guys.
First off, I'd like to thank God and my family and my grandma. As I said, we work for this all summer long.
And one more thing, I mean, this is the WCAL. Anything can happen. You guys were done by 2 touchdowns. What was going through your mind? You were making a lot of tackles.
The game ain't over until I see 0-0 on that scoreboard. Yes, sir. Hey, we still got SI next week, so we coming harder every week.